Hello children, in today's video we are going to discuss the topic stomata. So as all of you know, the stomata are the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaf, but we are not able to see these pores because we can't see them with the naked eyes. With the help of microscope we can see, and through this tiny pores the exchange of gases is happening. Okay, the plant is taking in carbon dioxide and it is releasing oxygen. Okay, so the exchange of gases is happening through this stomatal pores. Now come to the structure of stomata. As you can see, this is a stomata, and each stomatal opening, it is guarded, or you can say protected, by the two bean shaped cell. Here you can see two bean shaped cell. These cells are termed as a guard cells. Okay, now working, how does the stomatal opening work? So children, what happened when the guard cells swell up? Okay, they become curved shape. As you can see, they have become curved shape, and this causes the stomatal opening to open. And when this guard cell lose water, they shrink. As you can see here, they have come to their own position. They have turned out to be straight. Here you can see they are curved, but here it is straight. And now as they have got straight, the stomatal pore is now closed. Okay, the oxygen gas that is produced during this photosynthesis, they goes out through this stomatal pores, and whatever carbon dioxide is needed by the plant is also taken in by this stomatal pores. So the stomata allow the movement of the gases inside and out of the cell. Okay, so gaseous exchange in plant is happening through this stomata. Now factors affecting the photosynthesis. There are different factors that affect the rate of photosynthesis. So first factor is sunlight. Okay, if the intensity of light is increasing, then obviously the rate of photosynthesis will also increase. The presence of chlorophyll is very important. In the absence of chlorophyll, the photosynthesis can't happen. And the photosynthesis, for the optimum required temperature for photosynthesis is 20 degree C to 40 degree C. Okay, and water is very important factor for this photosynthesis. Okay, and it cannot take place in the crisis of water. So what the major portion of the water is absorbed by the plant and it is used in the photosynthesis. Whatever water the plant is taking, the major portion of it is utilized in the process of photosynthesis. Now come to this activity. This activity is being done to show that chlorophyll is needed for the photosynthesis. So here you can see two leaves. So what you have to take, it is a variegated plant. You must have seen the plant now with strippings of green and white. Okay, some of the portion of the leaves is in green and some of part is white. So that is known as the variegated plant. So you have to pluck the two leaves from that plant. You have to keep it in the sun for the 5 to 6 hours. Then you have to place it in a petri dish, and whatever green, and you have to separate the green portion and the non-green portion, and then you have to put iodine solution. Then what happens, the green color, the green portion of the leaf will turn bluish black in color. Okay, that indicates that starch is present. Okay, that means the food is being cooked here, but the white portion, they won't show any color change. That means that no photosynthesis had taken in the white portion of the leaf. Okay, so the green portion is making food, it's participating in photosynthesis because chlorophyll is needed for carrying out the process of photosynthesis. Now in the second activity we are going to deal with why the sunlight is essential for the photosynthesis. As you can see, two leaves have been taken and they are kept in a dark room for 3 to 4 days. Okay, and then the leaf is plucked from the plant, and with the help of paper clips a portion has been covered. Okay, and then they are kept for a few hours in the sunlight. Then what happened, the exposed part of the leaf turn bluish black. Okay, this part will be bluish black because here the photosynthesis is taken place, but this covered plant will be colorless because here no photosynthesis has taken place, because they were not able to get the sunlight. That's why no photosynthesis has taken place over here. Now third activity is to show that carbon dioxide, that oxygen is being evolved, is being released during the process of photosynthesis. So you can see the arrangement. A plant is kept inside a funnel and then a tube is inverted on it. So what happened, after some time we can see bubbles coming out of the in the tube. This shows that plant has doing the plant was doing the process of photosynthesis, and when in the presence of sunlight, and what the plant is doing, it is doing photosynthesis and it is releasing oxygen. That's why the bubbles have appeared in the water. Okay, now the next activity is there to show that the carbon dioxide is necessary for the photosynthesis. So you can see the two arrangements, two plants are there, and bell kind of jar, it is kept cover, the plant is kept covered under it. Then what happened, we have placed this setup for 48 hours in dark. Okay, that will remove the starch in the plant. And then few crystal of KOH is kept in a petri dish in one of the setup, and another setup it is haven't been kept. Okay, then we have to put both the jars for 4 to 5 hours in the sunlight. Then what is going to happen, the leaf from P1 setup, there will be no change in the color, but P2 changes color to bluish black. Okay, there is change in the color of the leaves in the because bluish black. Because why? Because it shows the starch is present. So what happened, children, where we have put the KOH, it absorb all the carbon dioxide present in the bell jar. Okay, that is why the process of photosynthesis have not taken place over here, but here the process of photosynthesis has taken place. That's why the leaf changes color to bluish black. Okay, that's all for today, children. Thank you.